Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Saturday early evening episode of Ted's Brew Cellar with me, your most gracious host, Ted. It is currently 6:02 on the 15th of August 2020. I'm very glad to have you here today, and I hope I'm finding you all in a good state of just general well-being and good fortunes. And if I'm not, then I hope things improve for you very, very promptly and very soon. And I also hope that we're all able to get back to some sense of normalcy, considering our outlying circumstances with the lockdown and the pandemic going on at the moment, which is obviously not ideal. And so I thought, because the weather's quite plain, it's quite a simple day today, and I just got done doing a bit of a recording session for my gaming channel, which I'll leave the link to in the video description below, so check that out if you're interested. I thought I'd just review a beer today that is fairly simple, and that I'm sure quite a lot of people watching this will know, because it's quite a comprehensive, contemporary, popular modern beer, and that is Asahi Super Dry. Now this is a Japanese beer, and I don't think I've ever reviewed a Japanese drink on this show before. I may have done once or twice. This is probably the most high-profile Japanese drink I've reviewed before, and it's probably the most high-profile beer from Japan as well. Asahi Super Dry is brewed to the authentic Japanese recipe to deliver its dry, crisp taste and quick, clean finish that complements all occasions. The distinctive dry taste is known as karaguchi, a taste that we're dedicated to mastering by using only the finest ingredients and continuously advancing our brewing technology. It also has the nutrition information on here, but we're not too caring about that. It's got a decent alcohol percentage here of 5.2%, so it's kind of got a bit of a punch to it, but it's not too strong. And I've had this before, and I know for a fact it goes really well with some Japanese food. Like, I've had this before with chicken katsu curry or some sushi, and it goes excellently with that sort of stuff. I haven't got that for dinner tonight. Instead, for dinner tonight, I've got some hot wings, so I'm just having this to set me off to begin with. And I've got to say, I've always liked the label and the design of the bottle, even though it's not the most striking, but still, I mean, it looks handsome enough. It's just, the colours are nice, the black and the shining silver and the little bit of red, but, it's just not the most striking, really. So, but I'll still give it a 7 out of 10 for that, at least. I got this for $1.79, by the way, from the Wine Barrel on Western Roads in Hove, and it's, to be honest with you, it's like one that you can buy in most supermarkets, and you usually buy it in packs of 4, but it's, from what I remember, because to be fair, I haven't had this in a while, but from what I remember, it was pretty good. So we'll give it a sniff to see what our first impressions are like, and yeah, I haven't drank this in quite a few months, so I can't remember what it's exactly like. Okay, yeah, it just smells like a standard dry lager with a slight sort of like fruity tint at the end, so yeah, it smells nice. I'll give that an 8 out of 10 for the smell. It could be a little bit stronger and more striking, but still smells really lovely, so yeah, nice. Anyway, I'll just have my sort of quick palate cleanser of water before we taste this. And then, on to the drink of today. Bottoms up, and I hope everyone has a good Saturday afternoon. What's quite interesting is when you first swallow it in, you get this sort of very smooth moisture, sort of like wet, smooth sort of texture. But then the finish is fairly like dry and just like crisp and just finishes off like that. It's like very clean, very simple, very to the point, and the flavour. Kind of tastes like a standard lager with a bit of a light, sort of very, very minor general fruity tint to it, underlining all of the flavour. But yeah, generally this is very well brewed, and it's very smooth. Even though it's got quite a bit of fizz, it is actually very, very smooth, both in terms of the texture and the flavour. and yeah, it's pretty nice. It is like quintessentially like a dry beer in that like the flavour is fairly like striking and not overtly vibrant, but it's like got a sort of distinct flavour to it. But the texture is sort of like just very, very simple. So yeah, this is good. This is just like a beer you want to have to just kind of enjoy yourself with a snack or with a friend or over some food. I mean, it's a comprehensive and standard enough beer that you could get yourself drunk on it, and it's strong enough for that as well. But I feel like this is nice enough and simple enough that you'd want to just enjoy this with a good meal at the end of a hard day's work, or just with a snack while playing some video games. So I would really recommend this, not just for beer drinkers, but for most alcohol drinkers in general. God, this is really good, yeah. There's just like a tiny thing, I think, like, I don't know. There's a tiny thing, I don't know, it's hard to say. Like, it's really hard to criticise this, because this is such a nice, comprehensive lager. I think I'll give it a... I think I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Yeah. I mean, on a day when I'm perhaps not in the mood for an Asahi, it could probably drop down to about a 9, but for the most part, 10 out of 10. I really like this. This is a solid, comprehensive beer that meets all the notes you want for just a standard beer, with nothing too complicated in it, and a dry texture finish. So, yeah, solidly well done. Asahi Breweries Limited. So, yeah, very, very well recommended. A fine, proud import from the great nation of Japan. So definitely buy this. And yeah, if you guys like this video, or at least found it somewhat informative, leave a like, share and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, leave them in the comment section below. And if you want to check out any of my other social medias or other YouTube channels, I'll leave the links to those in the video description below. So check those out if you're interested. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Like always, wash your hands, take care of yourself, drink responsibly, know your limits, take a mask with you when you go to the shops at the moment, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Auf Wiedersehen.